Hello and welcome to another exciting tutorial from Pentamedia Graphics. We are going to discuss about Android today, and the chapter that we are going to discuss is Introduction to Android. Let's first open up Eclipse, which is an IDE used to develop Android applications. We are using the Galileo version of Eclipse to develop these Android applications. So watch it opening up. So let's clear the console first. What you see on your right hand side is where you write the code, and what you see on the left hand side is your package explorer. So go to the package explorer where you see my mouse cursor, click on the mouse, that's your right mouse, and say new, and we need to create a new Android project. So go ahead and create a new Android project. Click on Android project, opens up a window. Just type in the name. We're going to give it a name, says test, and we need to say what version of Android minimum it has to use. So we select 2.2 and the API version is 8. Go ahead and select the application name. We say test, and the package name always has to be com.test, or the name of the application. So create activity, we have to always say act, and the minimum SDK version is 8, which is your API version. Go ahead. This is decent problem, you need to check. So we go ahead and say test1, which is the name of the project. There already exists a project called test, so we didn't accept it. We go ahead and say finish. So on your left hand side you will find test1. This is your project. Go ahead and open it. So inside your test there are a number of folders which are available. First is your src folder where you write your Java code. So that will have something called act.java, which we open up, which is opened up, and has a basic code which is available, or the default code which comes along. But all we need to do is first to design the code. So design your layout. So go to res folder, which is the resource folder. Go to layout and say go to main.xml. Open up your main.xml. So double click on your main.xml. Your main.xml is your layout file. Basically it has two sides to it. One is your graphic layout, one is your XML layout. So the graphic layout is where you design, and the XML is you can alter it using your XML code. So in this layout, what you're going to do is we're going to try to create a text view, and we're going to drag and drop a button. So the text view, we can double click on the text view and go ahead and you can change the Android text. We say welcome. We say welcome, and the button we say change the name to click. Say Control S, and now we will go back to your graphic layout. You'll be able to see your welcome, and which is your text, and your click, which is your button. So the size of the text also can be altered by adding some code to your XML, that is your main.xml. Say Android text size. Go ahead, gives you hints, is equal to say 25 BIP or DP. Let's leave a gap and say yes. Now we go back to your graphic layout and see the size of the text is changed. So this, what you see here, is a dummy screen of your mobile. This is a dummy screen of your mobile. So to show this onto you, we have not written any action to the button. All we need first to checking is whether it is showing up on your emulator. Emulator is what basically is your substitute to your mobile phone. One way of checking your application is running it on the emulator. Other way is connecting your phone and directly checking the application on your phone. So go ahead and say first we clean the project, make sure there are no errors in it. go ahead and clean the project. So now there are no errors. If there is an error, it shows in red into mark, like the project which is there above. So this folder structure, the src which is here, I said is a Java file. We're not written any code on that. We just created a design just to understand the interface, then the layout, and you have these folders called drawable, HDPA, LDPA, where you drag and drop the images you're going to use in the file. Other files are your manifest file, which is again XML file, basically where you give permissions for required permissions, and it also tells you what has to run first and what is the version and number of this application, and so on. So basic information that's required to run your application. That is the first file that reads when you run an application. So first what you're going to do is go on the test1 project, right click on your mouse and say run as Android application. So if there is a valid emulator that is available, it goes ahead and opens up your emulator. So there are no emulators available right now, so we go ahead and create an emulator. We delete this, we create a new one, which basically we can say anything ASC, any name, make sure it is not a keyword. Go ahead and you have selected 2.2, so select 2.2 and select HVJA and say create AVD. So now a valid AVD is available, which is your virtual device substitute for your mobile phone. So just checking whether the application is running well. So displaying whatever we created, go ahead and say Android, run as Android application. Now it will open up the virtual device, which is called as the emulator. Since you're running an application for the first time, it takes a minute or so for it to open up and runs the application. So for us to know whether the application is running, we need to go ahead and see whether you will see some code running here on your console. So it says it has launched it. So just move this, you can see this moving, and whatever you created on your main.xml will get displayed on your emulator. So this is your dummy phone screen, which has all buttons like your home, menu, return, it has call, disconnect, it has volume up, down, and camera. The camera usually doesn't work on an emulator. Any applications that are regarding your emulator camera, any applications regarding your camera, usage of camera, it has to be directly run on your phone device. So we're waiting for the emulator to run. So basically this is your virtual device, and this is your environment where you write an Android application and make it run on your emulator. So the other versions that are available on Eclipse are Juno, you have Kepler, you have the ADT, which is an Android developer kit, which is basically used by professionals for learning. I think Galileo is the right version to be used, and the minimum system requirements you require, I would recommend, is you have a 2 GB RAM at least with i3 or i5 processor on it. So to learn, I think we can go ahead with basically your Eclipse, but once you go into professional development, you can go and use Google's Android Studio, which is used by most of the professionals now. So waiting for the emulator to show your layout which we created. So you can see the text moving here, and we can go ahead and wait for it to load up. So the basic applications that you can try doing is initially you can start up by adding 2 numbers, or you can try to create an application which will turn your Fahrenheit into Celsius and Celsius to Fahrenheit, etc. So these kind of applications, you can try to display an image, click on a button and try to display an image. So first you need to get used to the look and feel of your IDE, that is your Eclipse IDE. Basically, since it's the first time it's taking up time, now it is running, your application is running, so it is taking up time for it. It's gone into your screen, that's your home screen, and now it's going to display your basically displaying what you created on your main.xml. So we have not written any code for the button, so when you click on the button, nothing is going to happen now, but in the future class we're going to see how to write a code for your button and move to the next page and display anything that's needed, and try to develop some more maybe detailed applications, or future applications which involve other activities and intents which will help you learn and write more. Thanks for listening, and if you have any queries, you can write into us at the email which is there in our website. We will be there ready to assist you on the queries and doubts you have. Once again, thanks, and hope you have a good day. Bye bye.